Caitlin Clark and company. Are you serious, Clark? Yeah, serious like knocking an iPad out of a man's hands. Leading up to a segment. Jay Will stays frisky on the defensive end, relieving me of that iPad as it hit the ground. Caitlin Clark and company taking on a Colorado team that gave them a little bit of a run in last year's tournament, but you talk about out on the run. It's Clark sharing the basketball, Sydney a falter there on the receiving end, and then Clark another dime. Look at that. Nice cut, nice pass. Hannah Stulke had 11 points, all 5 starters in double figures. Caitlin Clark had 6 assists in the first quarter. Iowa would lead by 8 after 1. Then Clark stepping back into a triple. She made 3 threes, 61 career threes in the NCAA tournament, tying Diana Taurasi's all-time record. Clark to a falter one more time. A falter was a perfect 6 for 6 from the floor, 15 points. Clark scoring or assisting on 67% of Iowa's 48 first half points. Third quarter, on the break, Clark to a falter again. Clark dropping more dimes than a mall fountain. Iowa would lead by 16.
I would always reach in and grab like the Sacagaweas.
You're really not
for the
supposed
quarters.
Who's throwing Sacagaweas? What mall were you at? You're not supposed to take those. Kate Martin, 14 points as Clark found her again. 15 assists, giving her the 3rd most assists in D1 history all time. She passed Courtney Vandersloot, and then she could score it a little bit. Had 29 points to go with the 15 dimes. Iowa 89-68 is Caitlin Clark and company through to the Elite Eight. And their eyes on the rematch with LSU from last year's national title game.
I speak for everybody on our team. We did not come into this game knowing LSU had won and we're like, oh, we want to win to play LSU. We came into this game like, no, we're focused on this game. We're focused on beating Colorado because Colorado is a really good basketball team. And I thought we defended really, really well. So I think that's just the biggest thing is I came in with a sense of, a calming presence and knowing I have people that have my back, and this is a game that I've put a lot of time into, and I'm only promised, 40 more minutes, so might as well go win it.
Expect maybe another record in those 40 more minutes. Remember, we told you she passed Courtney Vandersloot for 3rd on the all-time D1 assists list. She also became the 2nd player ever with 25 points and 15 dimes in an NCAA tournament game, the other being Vandersloot in 2011 with Gonzaga.
It's no spoiler alert that it is going to be Iowa and LSU, but UCLA almost spoiled that rematch that everybody in the country wanted. This is the Sweet 16 matchup. It's the 2-seed UCLA, 3-seed LSU. Michaela Williams ties the game at 58, 7 minutes to play. And Flau'jae Johnson getting hyped up from both Kim Mulkey and Angel Reese because in the waning minutes of this game, when her team needed her, Flau'jae stepped up, had 24 points. What about Kiki Rice here, driving, getting blocked by Johnson? Not necessarily known for putting the clamps as far as blocking shots because she only had 2 in this game, but that one right there was pivotal with just 1:38 to play. So now we're under 60 seconds to play. It's Angel Reese, another double-double for her. No points there, but the offensive board after the Lauren Betts block there goes to Johnson, resets, gets to the cup. LSU by 4. Immediately after, UCLA in transition, biggest play of the game. Haley Van Lith absorbing the charge. You saw the forearm push right there. It was the right call. Mulkey fired up. Reese pumping up the crowd. We get the rematch, 78-69 LSU winners. Here's Johnson after the win.
Before the game, I was crying. I'm just emotional. I was trying to figure out, what's my why? And I kind of just looked at my mom today. Like I never looked at it before, and it was like, I know my why now, you know what I'm saying? And I had just a different level of passion I knew I was gonna play with today. And I see my mom out there, and she just sacrificed so much for me, so it's definitely my mom.
We're the good villains. I was talking to Kramer about that. Like, everybody wanna beat LSU. Everybody wanna beat LSU. Everybody wanna play against LSU. You gotta realize, we're not any regular basketball team.
The 8th championship game rematch in the NCAA tournament the following year. Of those 7 previous rematches, the team that won the national title went 4-3 in round number 2. Holly Rowe gets us ready with more.
So the matchup is set. Everyone wanted to see the rematch between LSU and Iowa from last year's national championship game, and you will in the Elite Eight. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese had a lot of drama in that game. You remember the gestures, all the talk about sportsmanship after the game. But both players have been very supportive of each other this year. Angel Reese tweeting out congratulations when Caitlin Clark broke the scoring record. And Caitlin Clark said she has kept her eye on Angel Reese as well.
Absolutely. It's so good for women's basketball. And to be honest, I've watched a lot of LSU games, and what they're doing for women's basketball and the way their fans support is tremendous. And it's been fun to watch, and they've had a great season. So I know it's going to be a great game, and both teams are going to be ready to go. And it's just going to be great for our game. And, we couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, we got run out of the gym last year. So, it was pretty bad. But, honestly, we try to keep the blind, just keep looking straight ahead and not listen to the outside noise. Nothing else matters. Nothing matters that happened last year. Nothing matters except for being ready to play this really good LSU team. And, I just don't think my players are going to get caught up in listening to outside voices. They haven't all year. They've handled it all year, and I think that they'll continue to do so.
Iowa coach Lisa Bluder said composure will be an important factor in the game on Monday against the Tigers. And Caitlin Clark said she's only promised 40 more minutes of basketball in her career. She might as well go out and win it. In Albany, I'm Holly Rowe, ESPN.
That game is set tomorrow night between Iowa and LSU. The Tigers have had to play defense on and off the court in pursuit of another championship after their win yesterday to get to the Elite Eight. Kim Mulkey addressing an LA Times column originally published Friday that she called sexist, awful, and wrong. The column, written by the Times UCLA beat reporter Ben Bolch, pitted the LSU-UCLA matchup as, quote, good versus evil. Among the quotes from the column on Friday, do you prefer America's sweethearts or its dirty debutantes? Milk and cookies or Louisiana hot sauce? The team that wants to grow women's basketball or the one seemingly hell-bent on dividing it? Mulkey had this to say about the column after her team's win.
You can criticize coaches all you want. That's our business. You can come at us and say you're the worst coach in America. I hate you. I hate everything about you. We expect that. It comes with the territory. But the one thing I'm not going to let you do, I'm not going to let you attack young people. And there were some things in this commentary, guys, that you should be offended by as women. It was so sexist, and they don't even know it. It was good versus evil in that game today. Evil? Called us dirty debutantes? Take your phone out right now and Google dirty debutantes and tell me what it says. Dirty debutantes? Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna let you talk about 18 to 21-year-old kids in that tone. It was even sexist for this reporter to say UCLA was milk and cookies. Now, you women sit there and you keep your mouth shut if you want. I'm in the last third of my career, but I'm not going to let sexism continue. And if you don't think that's sexism, then you're in denial. How dare people attack kids like that?
Late last night, the LA Times edited part of the column on their website, removing the specific references to LSU as dirty debutantes and the matchup as good versus evil. The newspaper including this statement, quote, a previous version of this commentary did not meet Times editorial standards, end quote.